Hey, what's up you guys? John McLennan here, and welcome to the first episode of Inside the Solo. And what we're going to be doing is breaking down some great guitar solos, and I'm going to try and give an analysis and show you how to play them. The first solo we're going to look at is from the song Something off the album Abbey Road, released in 1969 by the Beatles, and it's got a beautifully melodic guitar solo. And just looking at it again, I've played it for years and done it a lot on gigs, but just looking at it again, I learned something new. So my hope is that this will really help your guitar playing and you'll learn something. If you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and share it with a friend. Alright, let's get into this. First part of the solo. Here's an isolated guitar track of it. Great bends. So good. So that first lick starts off, this one right here, is on the 12th fret, 4th string. And you're going to hammer from the 12th to the 14th. And then you put your first finger down on the 3rd string and play the 12th fret, then back to the 14th fret on the 4th string. So, and the chords that are happening at this moment, this is over a C chord. It basically plays through the verse chord progression. So here's a C chord and then, okay, here it is. Lick number 2. Woo. So starts out the same way. This time we're going to bend that note on the 12th fret, 3rd string. And it's kind of a tricky bend depending upon where you play this on the neck. I do it here at the 12th fret, 3rd string, and I just use my first finger. And you're going, trying to get up whole, that sort of whole step bend there. So. Okay, next lick. Okay, I'll just take that much. So we start out back to that 12 on the 4th string, hammer to the 14th fret, then go down 1 string and hammer 12 to 14 as well. Then back to 12. So, hear it? Then you slide from 14 to 15. On the 3rd string. And then you play the 13th fret on the 2nd string twice. Okay, another first finger bend. And this is really cool. This is the 13th fret on the 2nd string. We bend up a whole step. So it's, you actually kind of do what's called a pre-bend, which is where you lift the string up before you pluck it, and then let it down. See if I can just get that one part. So that's, so pre-bend, 13, 2nd string, fall off, then 15th fret, same thing, pre-bend, so it's like, and then back to 13, and then 14 on the 3rd string. See that? So good. Alright, next lick has a nice little sequence in it. Okay, so the way that I play it is I slide from 12 to 14 on the 3rd string. And then drop your first finger on the 2nd string, 13th fret. And play that twice. It's kind of staccato. And then you do the same kind of idea on the 4th string. You go from 12 to 14. And then 12, 12. So this is a great idea in your solo to build like little themes, like, you know what I mean? It's just sort of like moving down the scale but doing similar motifs. Okay, and then you slide down and I play the note A, which is at the 7th fret, 4th string. Okay, next part. There's our landing note. And then you go 9, 7, 9, 7. It almost sounds like a slide. Yeah, so. Okay, then you go, once you've slid from 9 to 7, then you go to 9 with your 3rd finger and slide up to 12. And then you drop your 2nd finger on the 3rd string and play the 11th fret. That's what that is there. Okay? So, from the motif. Okay? And then we've got another bend. This is a tricky one. Again, I'm using my 1st finger to play the 10th fret, 2nd string, bend up before you pluck the note, and fall down. Hear that? So it's tricky. There's a lot of pre-bending in this solo, which again, I've played it a million times for years, and now I'm thinking about it and learning more from it. So okay? And then you go back and forth like da, da, da. So that's sort of back down to the natural note on the 10th fret and up and down. Da, da. And then it's a slide to 8. Okay, so. And then we've got a little double stop in there. Okay, so that would be, you've slid down from 10, and you're on 8, which is the 2nd string, 8th fret. And you add your 3rd finger to the 10th fret, 1st string. And you've got those 2 notes together, which gives you a 5th. It's kind of a cool sound. And then you walk down, which is called chromatically, meaning in half steps. And when you get to 8 there, so that's 10, 9, 8, the 10 being the double stop, 9, 8, slide to 6. And then you go up. So you should be on 6. You've slid down to 6. And then I use my 3rd finger and I slide up to 12, 11, 10. Okay? And now we get to the lower register and we get these sort of bluesy bends. Listen to them. Seems like there's 3 of them, and then you kind of go out into the next lick. 1, 2, 3. So what that is at the 5th or the 7th fret, 3rd string, you've got this note, and you bend it up, and then you kind of go back and forth, and then you can do a pull-off from 7 to 5. So so hard to imitate that. It's really distinct. And then again, you do the same. And then da 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 da. Okay, and after the 3rd one, you're on the 7th fret, and you go. You fall back to your 1st finger, and then you slide up from 7 to 9. Let's see. And it sounds like that note isn't replucked, so it's like. See that instead of. It's almost like one big slide. Okay, and then once we've come to that note here on the 8th fret, 2nd string, we go. Another cool bluesy pentatonic bend. So what that is bending on the 1st string, 10th fret, whole step, then natural note, then 8, hammered to 10, 8, and then 10 on the 2nd string. So good. Okay, and then we've got our classic motif that starts off the song. So that's. And that's the way that I play it here is the 12th fret, just kind of like a half step bend, and then a pull off. So 12 bend, a half step, and again a pre-bend, right? These pre-bends are everywhere. And then you go back to 10, so pull off, and then you go chromatic up in half steps. And the last note you slide in too, so. Woo! And notice the vibrato on the notes, listen. So as you can see, that's an amazing guitar solo. Alright, I hope you liked this video and you learned something. If you did, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed so you can get notified about future videos. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this guitar solo. What are your favorite parts? Do you have any favorite licks in it? You can also follow me at John McLennan on Instagram. Alright guys, see you next time.